Ah, ah. What's going on, bro? What's
I'm
going on, you
doing
bros? What's going on, brothers? IP in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? If you can hear me loud and clear, type one in the chat. If you're with me, you're with me. Mr. E Money, how's my audio, bro? Is it good?
doing good, very well. Amazing out here in Germany.
Awesome,
Brothers
bro.
Paradise. Brothers Paradise.
Okay, hold on, bro. Are we gonna get there soon? Brothers, if you can hear me in the chat, let me know loud and clear. IP in the building. Um, Early stream, but it is what it is. Europe bros in the building. Aaron of Ishval in the building. What's up? Who else is here, man? Who else is here? Tyron, becoming Tyron in the building. Awesome. The whole crew is coming here. Let's go. So, brothers, special announcements first before we even go deeper into Germany. All right. I want to say again, I'll be teaching Python Q4 2025. All right. So make sure you register your interest, okay, in the link I'm going to post in the live stream chat very soon for you to be a part of that course. Q4 2025. There's only a couple months away. Theo as well will be teaching, okay, AWS, AI, and cloud. Okay, so make sure you make your way to the Manosphere conference happening in Miami this year, September. Okay, you can book your tickets there if you want to be in Theo's class. I will also be posting the link in the live stream chat too. Shout out to Theo, shout out to the IT bros, shout out to the bros who have getting jobs in IT. A couple of brothers got jobs this week and last week. Shout out to you bros for staying on this IT journey. Freedom, success, prosperity. That's all I want for brothers. So, aside from that, okay, the Patreon, okay, I have got some exclusive intel coming for you brothers about Russian women. Yes, a bro was there in Russia 2 weeks ago, and he's telling me that these Russian women are hungry, thirsty for black men. Okay, so guess what? All right, there's some intel coming on the Patreon very, very soon. Okay, so join the Patreon. The link is pinned on the live stream chat right now. If you want to hear that freaky and overall Russian woman intel, there'll be two parts. Okay, and I will also be doing exclusive live streams only on Patreon, where with my, with the people on the Patreon, right, where we chop up about life, foreign woman, freaky foreign woman, the whole nine yard, only on the Patreon. Exclusive Patreon live streams coming very, very soon. Okay, so make sure you join the Patreon. All right. So let's get straight into it. After the stream, we'll be crashing out on Twitch. Okay, so make sure you create your Twitch account. Okay, I'm gonna be crashing out like a mofo on Twitch. Okay, so shout out to the Twitch bros, shout out to the Kick bros, shout out to the Facebook bros, shout out to the Rumble bros, and of course, shout out to the YouTube bros. So let's get straight into it. We've got a very special guest here, Mr. E Money. How you doing, bro? You good?
I'm doing very well, IP.
Awesome, brother. E Money, I want to say thank you for your time, brother. It's much appreciated, bro. So let's get straight into it, bro. How about we start with introductions? So, brother, tell me about who you are, where you from, and anything interesting about you, bro.
All right, I'm from Florida, and I'm in the military, the army, and I got to chose like my location, so I chose Germany because of the intel for the last 3 years. So, and I'm 19, so I've been looking at your videos ever since I was 17. So, you know, I had to jump on the passport bros from IP.
Let's go. So, brother, so you chose Germany, right? Amazing. Okay. And I, and I want to go deeper into, how influential my channel was in for you to pick Germany. Because, brother, guess what? There's also Japan you could have picked from, South
Oh, yeah.
Korea, Panama, but you chose Germany, brother. What was it about Germany that made you want that country, brother?
It was like the European scene because even though you did Germany, you did like Poland and like you did like Denmark, different other countries, Croatia, I remember, and I was just fascinated because I wanted to be in Europe, the experience Europe culture instead of like Asian culture and the South America culture really. So it was really like the European scene I wanted to hit.
Awesome, bro. So, brother, keep it a buck with me. Keep it real with me. Keep it 100. Keep it 1,000 with me. Keep it a milli. Keep it a billy. Keep it a trillion with me. All right, brother. So I'm guessing you're into the snow bunnies, right?
Oh man, of course, man. What? They go crazy, man. I gotta have that vanilla. Oh, bro.
Okay, so now, brother, so let's get straight into Germany, right? Particularly Bavaria, Germany. It's a region that I've not really touched upon too much in the past. I've been to Munich, and of course, the Munich Germany stream is probably coming later on this month. Okay, I've got some very special surprises for you. Munich, it be to Spain, Japan, and a couple more countries coming this month. Okay, so
Okay.
brother, so I want to ask you, right? Now, you've taken that leap of faith to go to Germany at your young age. Not many people around your age do that. But tell me about how terrible life was in America. For you to say, F it, I'm going to Germany. How bad was America, brother?
Man, specifically Florida, it was very bad. Like, like girls, like, just they'd just be playing games, man. Especially the way you act. Like in Florida, I was in Orlando, and then the girls were just not going, bro. You had to have a car. You only 18 on the scene. Yo, did she talking about? Oh, she gonna go for the 21-year-old, 22-year-old that got money, that got the car. And you just working at McDonald's and she ain't going for it. So I just said F it. And I discovered your channel and I was like, man, I want somebody that can love me for who I am and then help me get to where I need to go instead of me already being there at 18. Cause I gotta find myself first before I even get to where I need to go. So that's really it.
Facts, bro, facts. So, brother, now you chose Bavaria, Germany. And my first question to you, brother, is when you compare America to, let's say, no, when you compare Miami, Florida to Bavaria, Germany, which is better? And tell me why, brother.
Now, as far as like visual, I can't lie. Miami is on point at visual, but as far as the women are very going out here in Bavaria. Like they're like they will honk at you. I got 2 3 times while they driving and you just walking down the street. They will honk at you and wave and hey, like cat calling you on the streets. That ain't never happened to me in Miami, Florida, or none of that. Like they going out here. I'm telling you, it's like an animal, boy. They going crazy.
Brother, you're telling me that when you walk down the street as a man, you got
Yes,
women that are honking at you, cat calling you, or dog calling. I don't know what the term is when it happens to men. And you're thinking, what's happening here? Is that an indication of how much black men are loved in Bavaria?
yes. They very low, especially in Nuremberg and Regensburg. Regensburg is a college town. Man, I'm telling you right now, they going for real. Especially you have like you look good, you in shape, you wear like a nice black tank, black t-shirt. Oh man, they going.
Whoa, brothers, we need to unpack that a bit more because Bavaria is a very white area of Germany. Now, I've been Munich, right? Munich
Yeah,
was kind of diverse, but I did see white people everywhere. And Munich is seen as the most upper class, posh area of Germany. Munich, Bavaria, that's where the football team or soccer team, Bayern Munich is. All right. So a lot of bougie, rich white women there. But
yes.
you're telling me, Mr. E Money, that bougie, rich, young white women are checking heavy for black men in Bavaria.
Man, yo, if I'm lying, I'm flying. You know what I'm saying? If I'm lying, I'm flying, brother. I'm serious, man. They going, man. If you a brother and you look good, man, I'm telling you, they going. In the club, they gonna roll up on you. Even in the club. Happened to me multiple times. Tongue kissing. You get this just tongue kissing off the vodka Red Bull. I'm telling you, man. They just going.
Wow. So, brother, now, brother, so I want to know, right? So, in that area in Bavaria, what kind of women are you mostly pulling? Left, right, forward, and center. Is it mostly white women? Is it Asian women, black women? Turkish women. Who's giving you the most love and play there?
I ain't gonna lie, it's mostly like Turkish that like they really be going. Like they I had most nah my but yeah Turkish I had like most of my body counts off of because they're the ones that really be they're more of Turkish out here than any other race almost. Sad to say, like white women are like second out here in Bavaria. It's mostly like Turkish women. I see them everywhere.
Whoa, hold on there, brother. You're telling me that Muslim
Yes.
Turkish women in Bavaria are checking so hard for brothers. You're
Yeah.
thinking, am I in a dream here? Is that what you're saying to me, brother?
Yes, brother. I'm telling you, they like even if they Muslim, they still going. Like they still wanna go to the bedroom with you. I'm telling you.
Turkish chicks, okay. Brother, what about the white German chicks, brother? How's the love been like from them?
The white German chicks was cool. I had two, but I had two of them. They're cool. Now you will get like in the club and outside, you're really gonna get like more like attention from them, and you're gonna get the IG. But as far as progressing with them, like it's kind of like iffy, like progressing. But the Turkish women and the others races, oh my gosh, they going, bro.
Oh, but so brother, can you tell me the other races of women apart from Turkish women that have been showing you as a black man love and your black male friends love as well? Okay, so we got Turkish chicks. Who else showing brothers love in Bavaria?
In Bavaria, I'll say then the black there's like black queens, the black women out here, but they're mostly like African, like I don't know what kind of country they're from, but they're African descent, so African immigrant.
So brother, it's Turkish women and African chicks mostly giving brothers love.
It's snow bunnies too, like it's Turkish snow bunny second, and then the African is third. Cause
Mm.
I hit all three. You know what I'm saying? I hit all three. But I'm just saying it's really in that order. Turkish, I'll say definitely first, Snow Bunny second, and chocolate third.
Brother, can I ask you, right? What about Asian chicks, Japanese, Chinese, Korean? Did they?
They oh man, my homie, he loves them. He only goes for them. So yeah, they're out here. I just met one last week in the club, but other than that, I never really had like play from them from an Asian. Tell you the
Mm.
truth. Yeah.
Is your is your homie pulling these Asian chicks though?
He got game, but I never really, I can't really speak on that one because I ain't really see him pull like that on the Asian. Every other race, yeah, but Asian, they just don't be. I don't think they be checking for brothers like that. They every time you out here, you see an Asian, they with like a older like white guy. No disrespect, but like like I ain't never seen a brother in an Asian out here together.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
what about Filipina, Thai? Are they there in Bavaria? Are they showing brothers love?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I met a Thailand from in the club last week. Yeah, they showing brothers love. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So, brother, so it seems to me that that area in Bavaria, Regens, whatever, Nuremberg, that's where you want to go to find Turkish women who love black men. So, but can I ask you, right? Because this is very fascinating to me, and I will get to the part where we talk about cost of living, culture there. But I just want to know more about the woman here, right? So, can I ask you, right? What is it about black men that Turkish women in Bavaria love so much?
I can say, man, they really love the muscles and they love the rap culture. Like it was a couple times where you just walk up to them and they be like, "Are you a rapper?" Like they just think you're a rapper. The way you look, the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you speak. It's just like they think you like 50 Cent. They try to think you King Von or something, King Lil Durk and them. And if you're built, man, they just love that masculine energy. Cause one thing about brothers is I ain't gonna lie, out of all the races, we the most masculine. It feel like because it was a couple of Turkish when I was talking to them, they was like, they never really felt like they never been like with masculine guys like that, and they never been with guys that approach them too on the block. because a lot of these guys they don't approach, and they and these Turkish women were telling me that even if they give you the eye, so that's really what they like about brothers. We not scared. We go out here and we get what we want.
Mm, So, brother, so are you call so, brother? How are you meeting Turkish chicks? Do you call approach them? Do they approach you? How are you meeting them mostly, brother?
I met so me and my friend we'll hit the my homie we'll hit the train station, and man, at the train station, man, there just plenty of them, but two, like, but they it's two, like, twos. So what happens is you code approach, I code approach, like, majority of the time, and it works. But it's a couple times where I got like stares. Like, in my opinion, if a shorty's staring at you, she obviously likes you. So I feel like that's a little approaching sign. So I approach based off that. So basically, I'm approaching based off of you getting a stare back. You feel me?
So, brother, they're giving you heavy shooting signals.
Yes, choosing signals. So that's basically her approaching you, giving you the green light to go ahead and go get.
Wow, this is incredible intel. So, okay, like now I know, like it's insane that in Bavaria there's Turkish women showing more love than white women, which is very interesting there. Now,
Yeah.
I know I was in Hamburg, right? What, 2 years ago, and yes, Turkish women are deep there, heavy. They're checking too, but there was a lot of, like, not fear, but there's a lot of, like, caution, because Turkish men, right,
Oh yes.
they don't really like their woman dating outside or messing with dudes outside the Turkish race, particularly
Right.
black men. Have you
Yes.
experienced that kind of hate, or not, or that kind of energy from Turkish men? Have the women told you that the men don't like them being with you?
I had like a couple Turkish. They was like their family. They're Muslim. They're Muslim, so they don't think like the black. They don't think they can really like get as far as marriage. But if you want some fun, you could get some. But as far as like marriage, man, nah, they not really. They're not really going for like that marriage scene. Real talk.
Oh, so they're not marrying black men. They're only having fun
Nah.
with black men.
Yes, definitely, man. It's sad because I had one in Frankfurt, and they checking out that deeply in Frankfurt. Um, and she was just like, they don't really look for marriage because their family won't accept you. Because especially if you're black and you're not Muslim, if you're Muslim, you will get accepted. But if you're a Christian and, like, they're not going to accept you because their family's hardcore Christians, even though their daughter may not be hardcore, I mean Muslim.
This is great intel, bro. So, brother, so would you say, like, we're a fetish to Turkish women in Bavaria?
Oh yeah, man, of course you a fetish, boy. You black, man. You look good, man, I'm telling you, they want that. Yeah, they be talking about it, BB. Yeah, you know the rest. They want that.
We'll talk about it on the Twitch, that particular word.
Yeah.
Interesting. So now, but you're telling me, right, your dating life in Bavaria so far is 100 times better than in Miami, uh, Florida, by far.
Oh, but you are Orlando, yeah, Orlando, yeah. Man, of course, man. It's really just out here, man. You could be yourself, and you're gonna get approached, and you can approach, and you gonna leave. You gonna be talk before you go back home. You gonna leave with a number. You gonna be talking with a shorty every single time you go outside. No cap, and I ain't lying to
Mm,
you. I'm
mm,
telling you, they
mm.
looking at you. They staring at you. Just walking around at the train station. You gonna get stares. You gonna get stares. You gotta approach. Don't be scared, man. That's one thing I had to tell my homies, man. I was like, if she looking at you, you really have to approach. Cause if you don't approach, shit, man, you ain't. Are you even a man at that point? You still a boy, really. Like, come on, you gotta let you gotta let your stuff hang, man. You let your hang.
So, but let me ask this, right. So now, the woman, the kind of, like, the look of the women there in Bavaria, right, brother? Would you say the average woman in Bavaria are dimes in terms of like face card, body card? How they looking like, brother, facial wise, brother?
Oh man, women out here, man, are like they're models. Like even the lowest eight is damn near looking like a model versus the states. I tell you that off the bat. A damn near seven is a model out here compared to America, especially Florida. They looking like straight movies, movie models.
Wow, wow. So, brother, is that across Turkish woman, black woman, white woman?
Um, you said what you say again?
So you said they look like models, right? Right? Is
hmm
that they look like models across all races of women? The Turkish woman, the white woman, the black woman, they all look like models.
I'll say Turkish and some white Turkish and some white and some chocolate too. Like it's not all it's mostly the Turkish because the Turkish look like I always say them they look like Cleopatra. Like they just look like a pharaoh, beautiful.
Mm. So okay, but brother, so does that area in Bavaria is it mostly Turkish people that live there, or is it more white than Turkish?
Now if you go towards Munich, you're gonna see like some like majority white people. But where I'm at near Regensburg and Nuremberg and that area, it's like mostly like Turkish and like Middle Eastern type of people.
Mm. Okay, awesome, awesome, bro.
And like,
Now,
yeah.
body wise, right? What are these women slim, thick? Are they fat? Are they skinny? On average, across all races, break it down for me, bro.
Man, I ain't you don't see a lot of fat women. You see like
Hello,
but hello, you hear me?
fire away, bro.
um you do see some big thick shit, but like other than that you don't they bad like they're slim thick. The Kurdish chicks, they're slim thick. You don't see a lot of them fat. um you see like some white women, they be like the biggest ones out of all races. I ain't gonna lie.
Awesome, awesome. Now, brother, tell me the personalities of the women there in Bavaria. Are these women like are they very calm? Are they bubbly? Are they outgoing? Are they ingoing? Break it down for me, bro.
They're very outgoing. They wanna like know why you here. They wanna know about like they wanna know how. Now I ain't gonna lie, not a lot of them are gold diggers, but they wanna know like can you provide for them too. So I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying. And then they just wanna see like they want to see what kind of person you are, like if they bring you around your family, not the Kurdish chicks, but the white chicks I talk to and the black chicks I talk to. They want to know like if they bring around your family, how would you act, and just how would you provide for them, mostly for the white and the black races.
Mm. So, brother, are they feminine? Are they submissive?
Oh man,
These women?
they're
Mm.
feminine. They're not. Now I will say, some of the black sisters, yes, man, they're aggressive. I ain't gonna lie with you. It was a couple times you had arguments. Like it feel like the same in the states, really, with the sisters, with the African sisters. I don't know what it is, but the rest of them, the white and the Turkish, man, they're feminine. Like they don't even argue back. Like you tell them this, they'd be like, yes, yes, okay, thank you, will do. You know what I'm saying? They're mostly feminine versus the sisters. I ain't gonna lie, which is sad, kind of.
Okay. So, okay. This is incredible intel so far. So, brother, can I ask you, right? Have you been on the dating apps there in Bavaria?
Now when I first got out here, I did do that. I hit the Tinder platform, but that was dead. Like I did that for like what, about a week. I ain't get shit. I ain't get nothing. So I just got off of it because every week I've been out. So I just hit, me and my boys will hit the club ups, and that's where majority of the girls we had, it was from the club or just from walking and approaching, cold approaching. The dating apps didn't really work for me. I don't know why, but it just didn't work for me. And I ain't no ugly, you know what I'm saying? All my homeboys, it just didn't work for us. I don't know why.
Mm, interesting. Wow. So, brother, now I'll get back to the woman part in a bit, right? I want to know more about the cost of living there in Bavaria. So, when you compare Miami, sorry, Orlando, Florida to Bavaria, which is cheaper, brother? Which is more expensive?
Orlando, Florida, my state is way cheaper than out here. Out here, the taxes alone, you're getting like tax like then almost 50, 40%. And then like it just and after that, they're still taxing you. So like the houses out here I was looking up because I just wanted to explore because out of boredom, the houses out here are like 600,000, and this is in the country. This ain't in Nuremberg or near Munich. This ain't downtown. So imagine downtown, like $1 million, that type of stuff. Like it's just ridiculous for these houses that have no AC. It's hot out here, ain't no AC, but you charging this much for a house. Something wrong with these folks.
Mm, okay, but you're saying that the Bavaria area is quite expensive.
Yeah, yo, yes. Even in the country land, I looked this up out of boredom, and I was just surprised. I was like, it should be cheaper if you're in the country, but nah, sad.
Damn. So, brother, now the culture there in Bavaria, right? Is it liberal or is it conservative?
Like, um, this is a tough question because I talk to the people. There's a lot. What do you mean, as in like on American politics? Because there's a lot of people that don't really like American politics, low key. Like they don't like Trump at all. A lot of women I talk to,
Mm,
like a lot,
okay.
a lot, man. Almost every girl. Only a couple like the Trump, which is some of the Kurdish, but the rest of them they just don't like Trump. They wanted Kamala to be president.
But did you say you said that the ones that like Trump, right? Were they mostly Turkish?
Yes, they were mostly Turkish. Yeah, because they're more conservative. The Turkish are more conservative.
This is good. Good intel. So, Bobby, was that quite common amongst Turkish women that they supported Trump?
Oh yes, that's more common. Yes, 'Cause the ones I was talking to, even my chick in Frankfurt, she like Trump. They don't because they're more conservative. Even though they not supposed to have without marriage. They're the ones that like they're more like conservative. They understand the male roles and the female roles.
Great intel. This is incredible. Okay, so Turkish women in Bavaria like Trump, more conservative. White women there, more liberal, want Kamala to
Yes.
be president. Interesting. Interesting. You see, and this is why I say that religion is important in a woman. It really is.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
very important,
Yeah.
because once again, right, who is she accountable to? Where does she get her moral compass from? And I'm not saying all religious chicks are perfect, right? I'm saying that more than likely, a religious woman who takes it seriously is going to be a compatible, conservative girlfriend or wife too. Okay, and I keep saying that Islam, right, is the last bastion. If I'm being honest with you, Middle Eastern Islam is the last bastion because a lot of these Christians are simps and they won't put the flipping foot down, right? These Muslim dudes ain't they're not letting no nonsense happening, bro. So,
Yeah.
but I want to ask you, right? Tell me about the nightlife in Bavaria. Is that where a lot of women are hunting for passport bros and black men? Or yeah, break it down for me, bro.
Yes, man. So basically, yes, the nightlife is where it's at. Now it depends on where you at. For example, Munich, I didn't really have a fun of a time versus Regensburg, which is a college town, and Nuremberg, which is just like a bigger, like small, bigger city of Munich. So those two places, there's clubs. There's clubs. Now the nightlife, the women are there, they're going, but you have to watch out for the bouncers. Some of the bouncers are racist. Tell me how, tell me how I had me and my homie, we had two German chicks, two German white chicks. They did not let us in the club, and it's a club called Bombay. in Nuremberg. They didn't let me and my homie in the club because I showed him my ID, and I guess I was a brother. I was black, and he turned me away. He gave me back my ID and turned away. And my state, my it said Florida on it. And that's just not even that. It was just another incident where it was like three of us black brothers, and we couldn't even get into the club at all. Like they just looked at us and said, go away." I mean, I don't know what it is, but it's some clubs you just can't come in as a black person. It's sad, really is.
Wow. Can I ask this right? So were these bouncers, were they white? Were they Turkish?
Oh, now here they're mostly they were Turkish. They were like because they looked at Egypt, like they looked at Middle Eastern. So these were Turkish because their beard they looked at Middle Eastern. So they had to be Turkish.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So, but like, I want to ask you, right? In regards to um finding wifey, right? Now, do you believe that passport bros can find? Actually, before I even speak about that, right? Do you feel like women in Bavaria, on average, are three or fours, high body count, three or four women? But man, keep it a buck with me from what you've seen, from what you've experienced.
In the nightlife, it's 50-50. In the nightlife, because you see some of the same chicks, but you also see like some new chicks. Like it's like 50-50. I ain't gonna lie. It's like half they some of them are three or fours. Yes, they're out there. You see the same group of women sometimes.
Mm. So, could we find wifey there in Bavaria?
If as long as it's not in the club, yes, you can find wifey out here. Yes, man. It's just in the city. Hit the city up, hit the shopping center up, hit the shopping district. You gonna find wifey right down there.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Let me read the super chat over here. Shout out to Josh John for the support. Um, titles, definitely legit. Thank you, much appreciated for the support. So, but I want to ask you, right? So, a shout out to the Twitch and Kick Gang and Rumble Gang watching live. So, brother, let me ask this right. In terms of the Turkish woman there. All right. Now, I want to ask you, right? Is there, have they told you about the image? So, so actually, no. What's the image of black men in Bavaria, brother? Is it positive? Is it negative? And this expands more than just dating. What's our image out there as Western black men?
Um, I can say specifically in Nuremberg, it's really like it's kind of messed up image because a lot of them say, "Are you military?" Because the military base is right near Nuremberg. It's an hour away. So in Nuremberg, like depending on the girl, they're gonna tell you like, if you're army, because a lot of army black guys out here, man, they got these girls pregnant, and they as soon as they heard that they pregnant, they leave. Some of these girls are pregnant with some of these, army babies, and like it's like that Pookie Ray Ray stuff. They had that mentality in Germany, and they spread it in Nuremberg, so it's kind of messed up image. But depending on the girl you talk to, it'll be okay. Cause some of these girls out here they got abused, man. Like last week I was in the club, and this girl was just telling me how they got abused. Army guy abused her. Like it's just messed up. But some of these German girls had to go through while they was telling me in clubs.
Mm. But so can I ask this right? Can you tell the difference between um no okay, that's interesting there. So, but racism there. Do you experience racism in that area of Germany, brother? In your honest opinion, is it a racist society, Bavaria?
And in Bavaria, man, without
Yes.
I might not getting in the club, yeah, I feel like that was racism. But other than that, I experienced racism I experienced racism in another part of Germany, not in Bavaria. Bavaria is mostly like they're mostly like down to earth people. They ain't really racist here.
Okay, awesome. So, brother, let's open up the phone lines. Okay, let's see if anyone has any questions for you, or anyone wants to join in and share their Germany experience. Um, Germany just is on a whole different level. Um, I keep saying it's the best country in Europe for a brother. If you agree or disagree, feel free to call in. Phone lines are open right now. If you want to call in. So while I wait for a caller, right? Can I ask you about, do you see yourself living in Bavaria in the long term, or is there another part of Germany you want to move to?
I would gladly move to Frankfurt. That's one of my favorite. It's like New York City, and you'll never get tired of Frankfurt. It's always something to do, and you'll just be more peaceful. And then like the women out there, they're happy. They're in the parks. That's the perfect place to meet your wife. That's where me and my homeboy we go to pros right at the parks near the that river crossing the bridges. Oh man, it's just I would gladly live there. Gladly, Frankfurt.
So can I ask, brother, right? So how would you call approach a German girl in Bavaria? So she's giving you signals. You go up to her. What do you say? How did you get a number? Break it down for me, brother.
So basically, my favorite now a lot even my friends take it is so when I go I see them they approach I mean they'll look at you and they'll smile so I'll go bro I say how you doing and then I was like so I'll be like how you doing Schnitzel because and they, every single time you may think it's kind of corny but I say how you doing Schnitzel they just start laughing every single one of them they fall for it Cause schnitzel's like fried chicken, like I like fried pork or fried chicken, and I like fried chicken. So I was like, "How you doing, schnitzel?" And they laugh all the time. And then you just be like, "Nah, I just thought you was cute, you know." And I had to approach, and they just be like, "Oh," and then they be like, "Oh, I seen you, and you know I thought the same." But then I just be like, "Let me get your WhatsApp, cause I don't got no German phone, but I got WhatsApp." So I'd be like, "Let me get your WhatsApp or the IG," and then I get it, and I'll be like, what you doing later on today? And then they tell me their plans, and I'll be like, all right, now if we able to link, we can link. But since I'm with my homies, I really can't. I don't tell them that, but since I'm with my homies, I just talk to them later on about planning something out. But it's really that simple. Like just have something funny, and just be different. Don't be like every other guy. Be like, hey, I thought you was cute. No, be you, but be or be yourself, but also be different. Have that mentality. That's what it is.
Mm, mm. So, brother, now when you communicate with German women in Bavaria, right? Is English enough, or do we have to learn German?
You need to all you need is English really, because even my higher ups on the military base they said if a girl says she only speaks German she don't like you and that's a fact. Now I ain't gonna lie, it was a couple times me and my homeboys approached and they were like young chicks like 18, 20, and they said they don't know English. You know that's a lie, because in the school system they have to learn English all through their years in order to pass high school here in Germany. So they've been learning English for the last what 20, 30 years as far as in the school system. So if you approach a girl and she says she don't know English, she only knows German, she's lying to you and she don't want to talk to you. Say that right now.
Awesome, awesome, bro. So, bro, can I ask you, right? So when you go on dates with German women, right? Who pays? Is it 50-50? Do you pay for her stuff? Does she pay for you? How does it work there in Germany?
All the girls I've been with, yo, what I'll do is I'll get some donut and then we'll just like walk around and then we'll like that's my type of speed. I'll get some donut like she ain't none of the girls really paid and bought me nothing. Not that I remember. Nah. Ain't and I've been out for since March. Nah, I had to buy them shit. I buy them stuff. My bad, excuse me. I had to buy them stuff. Like, nah, I ain't buying like no products or nothing, but like I bought just food and like museum tickets, stuff like that. I had to buy.
Mm,
Yeah, but they ain't
interesting.
paying me. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Huh. Okay, but wait, do you prefer that or do you want to go 50-50?
Man, I realize as a man, you're supposed to lead. So I mean, yeah, 50-50 would be better on pocket, but money comes, money go. We always gonna get more money. So I lead. I pay for everything.
Awesome. So I've got a caller as well. Can you turn your camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll? You can turn it off after. You confirm. Thank you, bro. Turn your camera off. Let me bring in Azrael in the background. Okay. What's going on, Azrael? How you doing, bro?
Hey, how's it going, man? Thank you, and IP, I appreciate all that you do, man. I really appreciate you. You're a brother that's transcendent, right? You, Theo, a couple other people, a couple other black men. I forgot the guy's name that you're speaking to. What's your name again, sir?
E money.
Money.
E Money, yeah, E Money. Okay, like almost like G Money, like okay, E Money, yeah. Thank you as well. I'm kind of short for time because I gotta head out for work, but I just wanted to know. I've been put it this way. I took a train ride, well, a bus to from Amsterdam all the way through Germany through Prague. So just in
Oh,
general, yeah, and it was a blast. I had a blast. In general, I find personally I don't know. Maybe it's different. Like when you say, when people say, "Oh, they don't want you talking to their women," like I find I can talk easier to like German people very well. Like when I go out to Europe, I don't really have that many issues. Like people are like real chill. They come and talk to me, and they'll have longer conversations with me than I would with them. Right. Um, my question to you is like, well, actually, I had a few questions. I wanted to know in terms of like, are you working remotely? Right. I'm assuming. I don't know
who
if I.
me?
Yes.
Nah. I'm basically in the military out here. So
Uh
I work. Yeah, U.S. Army. So yeah.
okay. What recommendation? What would you recommend brothers to do if they wanted to stay there for like months or 3 months at a time? Out in terms of like, let's say they hypothetically had a remote job, like a remote tech job. What would you recommend they do? Would they go do Airbnb or would they rent out through a third party service for apartment?
Man, you probably gonna have to do that Airbnb or third party service because I ain't gonna lie, like the hotels out here are expensive. Everything out here is mostly like expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you, ain't nothing really out here cheap unless you plan ahead, like
I know.
like weeks ahead.
I know to use the bathroom in Germany is almost like $1.
Money, yeah, a dollar. Shoot,
I
some
know.
places $1.50, like no joke.
Yeah, I know. Went to the gas station. I'm like, damn, I'm charging me almost a dollar to use the restroom. And
Yeah.
yeah, I know. Same in Amsterdam. Um, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I've never. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm really trying to get out of America, man. I've been looking at places. I already. I travel a lot. Like I went to Europe like maybe what 2 3 times last year
Hmm.
to like Paris twice, and like I love Paris. I think they have like the between Brazil and Paris to me have the best looking like black woman overall,
Sisters, yeah, I heard
right?
about that.
Yeah, it just Paris is just the woman in like are they the most personable? Not necessarily, but it's definitely a big difference between that and American woman. Like you could probably approach a woman in France and she won't be nasty or rude to you. Would she probably be the most endearing? Maybe like in probably like parts of Germany, maybe not necessarily, but it's like 20 years behind how it would be in New York or yeah, where I live. um,
Damn.
yeah,
Oh, so
it's
probably you rate French women quite high.
I that's my weakness. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I just think I mean it don't even matter. Like well, you see how he said African and Turkish woman and a white, like to me it's like it has Paris personally, everybody's different. Paris has it all for me because you have a mixture of um a black woman that are of African descent, and they might have like a black or a white mom or a white dad, right? But they still carry themselves with class. And what I like to, and I'm not saying like because France got its ghettos, don't get me wrong, but what I appreciate is that you're not gonna see a woman coming outside with a bonnet on. Like in a lot of parts of Europe, they take pride. It's like it's normal for them to take pride in how they dress, right? And the woman, Like, yeah, you might see women that are more overweight and what have you, but it's not like that. Like, you'll see a regular degular girl that works at like the convenience store, but when she finishes her shift, she wears a nice coat and she looks fancy, and it doesn't have to be super expensive stuff, but she's well put together. I think for me personally, when I was in Paris, I felt like I was the best version of myself because I was surrounded by people that looked like they took pride in how they dress. So it made me step my game up. I think that's the biggest issue I have. One of the biggest issues I have in America is like you don't feel like you want to be the best version of yourself for the woman here. You feel like you're just going
Mm,
through emotions,
Yeah.
right?
mm.
Yeah,
Preach.
you don't feel like, man, like I see this, dang, I saw this beautiful chick and she smiled at me. Man, I gotta make sure next time I'm out, if I see her, I'm gonna make sure I have cologne and I'll make sure I'm
Yeah.
shaved and well groomed. Like, I'm not saying that you gotta be a slob just because you're in America, but it women are supposed to be, they say that muse, like women are supposed to be an inspiration to be the best version of yourself. Like, you should go outside and see women and be like, man, like I want to go hard today because I can find a slim woman that doesn't weigh more than me, and I can like take care of her. That's something that's instinctive in a man subconsciously, and combined with the fact that the women over here are obese, they genuinely do not like men. They said like only like 40, less than 40% of women want to have kids here. It's like
Mm.
really don't you men are not gonna be going as hard to provide for a lifestyle if you're not. It's just what cost benefit analysis by nature. You're not gonna go as hard if you see that a chick that's wearing blue hair with a septum ring and is a size 10 talking about I want a man that makes over six figures. Like, you're not gonna really go that hard. Like, you're not gonna be like, well, I need to step up my game. You gotta have some. There gotta be some kind of bait. There has to be. You know.
Facts. Absolute facts. As well as speaking facts. But did you say you were in Germany recently?
I went to Germany last. Man, I went. It's funny because I've been watching you for a while. I'm familiar with Theo. I'm actually. So I went like going on a tangent. I went to Germany last year in April. I went to Amsterdam and I took a bus through Hamburg, and I believe I went through also. What's the other one? I went to Hamburg and not Dusseldorf because I went to Dusseldorf, but I forgot the other. I think it was where they have the BMW M the Z museum because there's multiple
Ain't that
BMW.
Stuttgart? Ain't
Yes, I
that?
believe that's where I went, but I
Wow.
drove through it, but I didn't stay long. Right? It's just Germany is like big, like how put it this way, it's like traveling through Japan or New or America. Like, there's but so many cities. You can go to Dusseldorf, you got Hamburg, you got Berlin, you got Munich. Like, it's gonna take you a while to go. A perfect place I love is Cologne. I think is a beautiful, like the architecture and what have you. But I drove through there. I didn't stay long, right? But I've been there for like a day or two, and then I had to bounce and went somewhere else. I stayed mostly in Prague, which is like that's I mean, and I hate to like try to take over the show, but it's like I went to Prague and it's like you're there and you see women in Starbucks that are like taller than you, that are blonde hair, blue eyes, serving you coffee with a smile. And it's like, if
Mm.
these women, if these women were here in America, they'd probably, unfortunately, they might be on an OnlyFans, but at best, on a positive note, there'd probably be some kind of model with like 100,000 followers. But it's like the fact that there's so many of them that there's some that are working in a Starbucks, right? So when you see people say, when Kevin Samuel would say fresh face out the shower, like, oh, these women saying they were tens, and you're like, does any modeling contract ever came up to you? It's like that's in a situation where these women are taller than me, they're smiling at me, and they're blonde hair, blue eyes, right? And they're a size like 4 to no less than a 6, right? So it's like the abundance. Eastern Europe, I don't want to say I hate to say it. I'm glad it's not like that, but it's low key slept on. The further east you go in Europe, like the better quality of woman you could more than likely get, right?
Damn.
Yeah, and I went to
Damn.
Tokyo as well. I went to Tokyo last year. It was it
How was
was
that?
oh my god, every other every other week. I have friends over there too. Like every other week, like I get little like almost like you almost homesickness, right? The people there are so nice and make you want to cry. Like I feel like I'm tearing up right now. Like it's I mean, I don't even know where to begin. Like I put it to you this way. I'll say this. When it comes to men, and this is why I believe like being in America, just even as a black man, but just men in general, is low-key slavery. Because I give you a prime example. I took my uncle with me there, right? And I was learning Japanese. So we were on a train. I forgot where we were in Tokyo. I think we were probably going to Akihabara or where some other city. But we were coming back from someplace, and my uncle is like tall. He's like 6'4". So he takes up a lot of space on the train. And so there was a lady that was sitting next to him, right? And so we got on and he sat, and then she was right next to him. Me and him were just talking, right? And I didn't have a seat. And she looked up at him and then looked up at me and then said, "Would you like to sit here?" And I said, you know Japanese. I said, "Iye, like, no, like Sumima says, it's all right. It's fine, right?" I like, "Iye, arigato." She was like, "No." She said in English, "No, I insist." You can't tell me. You cannot tell me. Maybe I should do it with you, but I plan on leaving. My goal is overall just to get a to either buy a house in Japan or Portugal, because that's why I don't plan on retiring in America. But long story short, you cannot tell me that when people say, "Oh, all women are the same," that's bunk. That is BS. I live in New York. I've had women tell me to get up to give a seat to somebody else pregnant, right? Like, granted, I would have done that, but it's the fact, like, a woman will never. Women in New York don't even get up to get a seat for another woman, let alone a man, right? So it's like, and I'm a black, mind you, I'm a black man in another country, and a woman of another race is showing me deference. It didn't even matter what I was. So when people say, "Oh, white women only love a white Asian woman only like white men," that's BS too. Because if you speak the language, you have an easier time. You know how many? I was in Shinjuku, and I think they call the park in Japan the Koen, right? So I was in the Shinjuku Koen Gyogen Koen Garden, right? It's a beautiful place. And like you would be you say Genki Das, or it's like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And like from older women to younger women, they will be all blushing because it's like, one, they don't really see black people there, right? And to see somebody speak your language, it's like, oh, you cannot tell me that I'm walking throughout somewhere, and let's say I'm walking through Shinjuku, and you see this nice slim Japanese chick, they're blushing because it's like they're the first time they seen a black guy, right? In a minute, and then you say hello or good afternoon in their language. It's almost like they pass out, like in anime when they start bleeding from the nose. Like, it's like, bro, like you kind of stepped over a boundary. It's like, you're in the zone, right? You're in another different zone, because a lot of times you'll have guys that are from England or from Australia that are white, and they go over there. They might not know the language. They might get a girlfriend. And I have a friend that's cool. I'm cool with, that I met there, and he stayed in Kobe for a while. But I'm telling you, learning the language will separate you from any kind of race of man there, regardless.
Just let me ask this, brother, right? So the woman there in Tokyo, right? You can confirm that they're checking for brothers.
Oh, I mean, it's even, the crazy thing is, the further out you go from Tokyo, to me personally, you'll have a better chance of getting with a Japanese woman. Like,
brother, can you break it down? Break it down for me, brother. Like, which area in Japan did you feel like you got player from woman checking for you? Was it Osaka? Was it Chiba?
So I didn't really stay in Osaka for that long. I was going to the island parts, because I'm not gonna lie, I stayed there for almost about, 12, 13 days. Japan is a place where if you want to completely go to everything, you would have to go there at least 3 or 4 times. Where I went to Enoshima. My God, people talk about, like, I love One Piece, right? When you see like the little clips of like the One Piece characters, the woman in like bikini outfits and whatnot. If you go to the beach area, is where the baddest Japanese chicks are to me. because they're in shape and they have a little, not to say like they have a Western aspect to them, but they have a little edge to them and a little flair, right?
Damn,
So
bro.
yeah.
Hey, that's what you making me reminisce, bro. Stop, bro. Brother, how
He
about
knows what I'm talking about. And you know, and you know, they got a little, what's it called? The
I
French
might
say le
just
je ne sais quoi, you know?
I might just book a one-way ticket today and say F it, man. Bro, you make me reminisce, bro. But let me ask this right. So, but can we do a stream about your time in Japan? Is that cool?
Definitely. You know, what's the irony is I'm literally trying to get a sequel job right now, like as we speak. Like I just graduated my bachelor's in accounting, right? And I'm literally trying to, before I was coming on with you guys, I was literally trying to figure out how I can get a voucher to take the Power BI certification test, and I'm trying to do Asia data fundamentals as well. Like I'm really trying to get the hell up out of here. Yeah.
So, all right, brother, send me a DM on IG as well. Let's get that stream done, please, for Japan. But stay on the line, brother. I want to bring in James in the background soon. Can I just ask you about Dozodov, right? Did you feel like the women there were checking for brothers? Because that's where like a huge Japanese population is. Can I get your thoughts on that, please?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, yes, you as well. Dozodov.
I stayed there for like half the day. I didn't stay too long because it's like I was in Amsterdam, so like I was trying to do a bunch of things. In Amsterdam, you could take a train to Dusseldorf. You'd be there like if it's in 9 o'clock, you'd be there by like 5, right? Or around like in the afternoon. But I kind of like sightsee. I didn't at the time. I couldn't do but only so much things, right? Because you know Amsterdam is big too. So yeah,
that's cool, bro. Brother, send the line. Send me a DM on IG. One more thing, right? So can I get those names of the beaches in Japan? Was that in Fukuoka or Sapporo, where the women wearing bikinis?
Now the irony is that's where I went to was the outskirts of Tokyo. So like the further south you go down to Tokyo, like going past like Fujisawa, right? That like going towards the beaches. They have the Enoshima. They have an Enoshima festival. They usually have it around late August and early September. And you know how Japan is. All you're doing is just walking. Like if you're overweight, you're gonna probably lose like 10 pounds just off of walking there. Especially if you go into the temples, and they got more temples than a black neighborhood got churches. So you know it's Enoshima for sure. Fukuoka is interesting because you got to take the you have to take I believe what's it called the Jinkin, I think it's the Shinkansen. Yeah, you have to take that there. So I wasn't able to go out there because, like I said, you have Kobe, right? You have Osaka, you have Kyoto. I spent like half the day or the whole day in Yokohama. It's like, as I said, and that's just the south of Japan. We didn't talk about up north like Hokkaido and Sapporo, right? So, like I said, it's like telling somebody, "Oh, you're going to America," and you ask them what cities you're going to. It's like there's like 20 cities you can visit in America.
Brother, let me bring in James. Stay on the line there as well. You got my IG in the private chat. You see that right in the StreamYard private chat? Just send me a DM there. We'll set up that Japan stream. Thank you, bro. Sure. All right, let me bring in James in the background. And put you on mute there as well. Stay on the line there, bro. I'm bringing in James. Been a minute, James. How you doing, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. So I've been testing the waters in Stuttgart, Germany. Thumbs down. I immediately want to come in and say that. Yeah. It's really there's no reason for us to come here. Frankfurt, however, I wanted to come in and let you know about Frankfurt that I figured out the code. I was talking to Austin Holloman about it because I'm his Europe plug because I'm the one out there, and plus a couple other guys. And I said, once I figured out the code in Frankfurt, I started to do online dating with Hinge and Bumble. And I am getting matches. I am getting matches that have me saying, and I'm overwhelmed with them. Like I'm getting a lot, and they're all baddies. They're all baddies. They like a guy who's smart, a gentleman, respectful, but has the show up image of a playboy.
Yeah.
Does anybody understand that? If anybody doesn't understand that, put a 1 in the chat if you want me to rephrase it. And I'm not really looking at the chat. So if you see at least 2 or 3 1s, I'll rephrase it to do it better.
Wow. I'm waiting for the comments, bro. Why we do so,
Yeah.
James? Can I ask you, who you matching with? Is it Turkish woman? Is it white woman? Are these young women? Is
All
it
of
Asian?
the above. All of the above. All of them.
Asian, but even like East Asian chicks.
No.
Japanese,
I'm sorry. I'm not getting too many Asian matches. However, the Asian women always check me out. However, guys, just so you know, it's important for me to say what I look like. I am 6'2". I am very fit. I take care of my skin, and my clothing style is always GQ. If you ever heard of the white guy that I really like, really cool guy named Alpha Man, Alpha Man, he does a dress code. You would think that I took all my dress code style from him. So that's my style. That's how I show up. And that's the kind of guy that you hear telling you that I'm getting matches.
Wow. So there's a couple ones in the chat. Do you mind rephrasing that for the brothers?
Okay, so if you come up, you look like you have swagger, right? You're fit. You have your clothes fitted style. You're attractive. They can see that you've been in that gym.
Yeah.
You walk with that, slight sleepy eye style. You're cool. You get mad girls. You ain't confident. If you get rejected, you do not give a flying. You know what? You do not care. That's your style. That's what you're coming in with. But at the same time, when they talk to you, you're well-spoken. You're very intelligent. You're educated. You have a career. You have goals. You're not stupid. And even if it's just a one-night stand, you're still going to treat her with the utmost respect. That's a hard way to show up, but I'm talking about the really bad ones. And I got to tell you, there are women out here that there's some, German women are not ugly.
Facts. I love it.
Sure, there's someone out here, but as soon as you hit the nightlife, as soon as you go to the bars,
yeah,
and
bro,
there's not a bunch of, it's not filled up. I'm sorry. I just want to say this one more thing. Didn't mean to cut you off, man. My apologies. There's not the clubs are not filled with a bunch of hoes. They're in there, but they're not stank ass. They're in there, but it's not filled with that. That's Berlin. Sorry, Berlin.
Fact.
But your women are a little too carefree.
I agree, and that's why I love Hamburg. Hamburg is my favorite city in Germany. Classy women, Middle Eastern, mixed race chicks, black chicks. Hamburg is just a dream to me, to be honest. Happy that it's going well for you in Stuttgart. So you're saying
No.
worked for you?
No,
Frankfurt.
I'm not. It's Frankfurt. Yeah, Stuttgart is. Yeah. Am I getting looks in Stuttgart? Yeah, but I just don't like it here. It's not.
So
not really my.
You're saying in Frankfurt, right? So you must play the online dating game in Frankfurt.
Yeah, you gotta. You can't just be some dude, man. You can't really be some guy. Look. I go out in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is a booming city. Charlotte and Austin, Texas, 2 booming cities right now. That based on what I found out about the energy out there, I'm going to do well. I'm going to I can end up in a relationship with a nice baddie out in one of these cities, and they're all over the place out these places too. But it's still America. All right, just want to throw that out there. But they're looking for guys who they want to show to their parents. Look, their parents. These are girls that can get an NBA player, man. You know what I'm talking about. You've been to Hamburg. You're like, she can get an NBA player.
Yep.
You think they can't? And they know they're not stupid women. They know that they're fly. That's why they're dressed, nice, with their shoulder out, and they're confident. And when they're talking to you, they're looking you right in your face. They're not looking at your shoes. They're not looking at your watch. They're not looking at see if it's Gucci. They're not asking you what kind of car you drive. They're not asking none of that. They're looking you right in your face and figuring out who the hell are you trying to get my number. That's it. Once you get past there, then they're going to be like, okay, well, what's going on? Your career. Now, what's going on with you? And sometimes even the good girls may like it's been a little bit. I'm single. You're sexy. Let's go home. Doesn't mean she's a hoe. That's what she wants tonight. She don't do it all the time. I'm one of those guys that don't hate on girls like that because I lived in Vegas. So my cultural norms for the nightclubs are a little skewed than y'all's. Going home to the hotel with girls that are not hoes. They just wanted me. Wrong with that. That's what it is.
So, out of all the races of women, brother, right, that are showing you love, who is it? Is it Turkish chicks? Is it the white woman in Frankfurt? Who's number one showing the most love?
Look, one of the baddest ones that I'm really checking right now is a girl from Spain. She's got her own. I forgot what the business was. That's right. She works in graphic design and she does websites. She's very talented, but she says she's not finding enough work out here and she's looking for somewhere else to relocate. And I'm helping her with that because that's what I do. I'm kind of in the marketing. I do global research for job search all over the country, all over the world, and stuff like that. So I'm helping her. And I got another one. I messed up with a Turkish girl. I messed up. But what I'm really getting, it seems like it's more the ones that are making me go, damn, are not really the white girls from Germany, but they're checking me too. But the thing about it is there's a lot of available men out there, and the German girls, I think they feel more comfortable just meeting guys out and through friends and everything. Say they don't really do online dating that much. Because all the suitors that they have the social system on pretty good, and they kind of like doing that. So to really get the good German girls, you got to make connections and know people. And if you warm with them, then they'll warm up to you, and you get them really that way. That's the real way to get them. But the ones that are on there, I'm getting matches with them as well. Absolutely, sure. But there's a lot of exotic women out here from all over the world. And frankly speaking, the German guys, I'm just going to let y'all know, they don't treat these women very well. They go out with these women and they be like, oh, I'm not paying. It's like, yeah, here's your part. You pay for this on first dates, or you pay it all. Or, not just I've been hitting it for about a week. So now you're going to have to treat me to lunch, or could you help me with my rent or my car? That's what they're doing to these women. They do not care. They have abundance of women around them. And they don't care. They're not even worried about it. That's why when you see German guys that are hating on you in the bars and nightclubs, that has got to be someone who is so out of touch with the dating game. Just move away from him and you will not have to worry about him because he's not getting anybody at all.
Wow. Great intel. Okay, brother. So how old is the woman you're dealing with? How old are they, brother?
Oh, I say between the ages of 25 to 35. I don't really go past 35.
Wow. Incredible.
Don't really go for the young girls.
Awesome. So you see,
not my thing.
So you're doing it right. You're doing it very right, Mr. James. Okay, I've not been to Frankfurt, but I think I'm gonna check that out. And see how the deal is. Dozendorf. I want to know more about the Japanese woman in Germany, to King Dozendorf. Any intel on that at all, bro?
Well, I haven't. I've gone to Hamburg. So I've only touched ground in Dusseldorf for 2 days. But I do know Cologne, which is very close to Dusseldorf, and they're pretty much almost very, very similar because people go back and forth between them. And Cologne is amazing. They have an amazing nightlife. It's probably one of the best parts of all of Germany. The only thing that compares to that is Munich, but everyone knows Munich is really expensive.
Brother, brother, you've been Cologne, right?
Yeah.
The women there, are they checking? Oh shoot, I think he's dropping off. All right, let me read the super chats.
The kind of guys
Go on,
that you're
James.
looking for are pretty much the same. It's the same all over Germany. When they see brothers, those are the kind of brothers they like. Are there? There's a segment of women. I'm about to really lay one on y'all right now. There's a segment of women who like the really thuggish, rough, urban type brothers, and you see them at the Afrobeats concerts. Word of advice: when you come to Germany and you're looking for these girls, do not go to the Afrobeat concerts looking for them. Stay away from those women who go to the Afrobeats. Straight up.
Why?
You don't need to, because they're the ones who are looking for the more hood type. They like them. They like that edge to their men. So if you're like that, then if that's how you are, go to the Afrobeats. But I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna get the king of the crop.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Imani? Avoid Afrobeat chicks.
Man, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Some girls just like that hood stuff. Like they think we rappers when we approach them. So I mean, that's like the game. I ain't gonna lie. They just like it because it's something the German guys can't compare to us. These German guys are soft. I'm telling you that right off the bat. They not built. They don't work out, and they drink. They've been drinking 616, so they skinny, built like sticks. So when they look at us and you built and you black, you masculine, man, they like that. And if you act a little bit hood, I mean, shit, that's how you is. Then they like it. It's like a turn on.
Damn. Wow. Okay. This is great intel, brothers. Okay. So leverage the apps properly, dress GQ, be confident, and you'll get women on the apps in Frankfurt. Noted. Noted. Yeah. So when will you be in Dusseldorf, James?
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, I mean a burger. My apologies. What'd you say?
Sorry. When will you be in Dusseldorf? When?
So I'm in Stuttgart right now. In the following month, I'll be back in Frankfurt, and I think a week after being in Frankfurt, I'll probably plan a mission to go to Dusseldorf. And I'll be spending some time there. It's easy to move about in Germany.
Perfect.
So I don't know exactly when, but it's going to be pretty soon.
Okay. And Bobby, you can confirm that once again, women in Cologne are checking for brothers. Just so to be clear.
Yes, they are.
Is it white women? Is it Turkish women there? Asian? What main demographics of women love brothers the most there?
All of them, all the types. Doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I gotta check out Cologne as well. Okay, thank you, bro. This is great intel. Awesome. Let me read the super chats here. Finish your burger, bro. Shout out to Just John for the support. Question for both brothers. How are Latino bros treated in Germany and France in their personal experience?
Latino.
I would say that Latinos, I think that they're treated fine by
Yeah,
German chicks.
yeah, man.
Depends
Listen,
what they look like.
if you're American, because I mean, I got a homie that's Latino, so and he be pulling too. Like if you look, I ain't gonna lie. If you're from American, you don't got that German accent, and you look decent, look good, in shape, not fat, bro. You gonna pull something, bro. So it's right.
Don't try to learn German. Don't stop. You don't need to do that.
Yeah,
Don't even bother.
yeah. Just use your American accent, man. You got it easily. Easy dub.
Facts. Shout out to Just John again for the support. He says here that same coffee girl in the States would mug me. I think he's referring to the Czech chick, Imani, the one that served that one that served that brother coffee. I agree, bro. I definitely agree. Germany is great, brothers. Book your tickets there, take your flight there.
bro.
Germany's great. Best country in Europe for brother, in my honest opinion.
And then like especially I say if you're a young if a young black male like 18, 19, and you just out of high school or something like that, man, like I know the military ain't the best. Just do your one contract, get your benefits, but choose Germany and live that life. A lot of people scared to do. Say that.
Before you, and on that note, if you want to get the duty station you want, you need to do very well in boot camp and in your A school. Get really high marks, and you will have your pick like I did. I had high marks. I was excellent in boot camp, and I did very well in A school. But I wanted to be close to my family, so I picked Virginia. I could have picked, I had anywhere, I know. No, that was my first tour. After that, I was able to move around. I went to Hawaii, I went to Japan. I didn't come to Germany though. I wanted that Asia, and Japan was, whew, Jesus Christ.
Did you go to Japan, James? Did you end up going there?
Yeah. I was able to go to Japan, but I was there for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Okay, and that was this year, right?
No. You keep forgetting, man. I'm old. I'm almost 50, man. I've been out for a while.
Okay. I think you were supposed to go there recently, right? I'd love to see your perspective about Japan, you know.
Yeah, because I work for the federal government. So I was looking to transition out there, but I'm in Germany. So transitioning from, if you're doing overseas duty, not duty, but if you're working for the federal government and you're in one country, it's pretty hard to transition to another foreign country. It's really hard because you're standing in line, and so sometimes you just got to know people. And then, so I'm working my way around. We'll see.
Awesome, bro. So, any other callers in? Please call in. I'll give your brothers a couple minutes. After that, I'm going to take over to Twitch. We'll let James and E-Money go. But so now's your time to call in. Call in. If you want to ask any questions for our guests in the call. Awesome. So thank you very much. E-Money. Anything else you want to speak about Germany? Good, bad, things you don't like about Germany at all, or they want to know?
I'll just say like, really, man, definitely hit the gym. Don't be out here sloppy. Don't be out, because if you look good, you put that black shirt on, get your little Jesus piece, and you look good. I'm telling you, you finna get approached as soon as you hit the club. I'm kid you not. Sure, man. I remember one time I hit the club. And the first time I went to this club, it was a Turkish chick. It was a group of them, and she just hit me. Turkish girl just hit me. It was a flirtatious hit, and I said, "What's up?" And then she was like, "Oh, how old are you?" And stuff like that. You know, so I had to, I'm 19, and that kind of scared her off. And then I know I gotta know when to say my age and when not to. But I mean, you just live and learn, and like don't try to follow these other German guys, because they be smoking cigarettes, and like don't be trying to do tobacco. If you just gonna drink, that's about it. And know your limit. That's all I can say.
Do you have to be like super ripped, or like just be in a good shape, lean
Be
some
built.
muscle?
Yeah, just you could be just as long as you're not fat, man. As long as you built, and you know what I'm saying. That's all. You could be lean, built, or whatever. Just as long as you're not fat and sloppy. Don't be sloppy.
You're not getting no girl as an American. You're not fit. As a fat, you out of shape, and you don't take care of your skin, and your teeth are yellow. My teeth are pearly white.
Yeah.
And I use Invisalign, so they're straight, white, I have clear skin. So I'm not just some slump. So there's no more of this BS about they like black dudes there. So if you're black, they're gonna like you. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that, y'all. It doesn't work that way. You
Yeah.
dumbass. Excuse me, I didn't mean to curse. I know you don't do that, but I'm just saying that needed to be said exactly the way I've said it. Stop showing up to a foreign country saying I'm black, therefore they should like me. So just show up with a smile with your clothes on in the club, and you expect all the girls to look at you like, "Oh, look at this black guy." That's over. It's been over for a very long time. I got some of that in the 90s. I got a taste of it, and I remember what it was like. And I'm sorry that this is going to be honest with you. It was exactly as easy as you guys would have, as you guys imagined. But it's not like that anymore. In the 80s, it was even better. My uncles told me about that. And military, they're ex-military too. All right, I'm on pop side. They would go to these foreign countries. They was talking about Canada. Oh man, the stories. Canada is gone, it's over. But guys, if internet made that impossible, because there's no more mystery. And half of the reason is the internet. The other reason is the onslaught of the war on the black man's image. There was a war on our image, and they was going at us, and they still are. That is why things are harder for us. It's not because we're not as attractive, or they're more swagger, they got better swagger, they're better. It has nothing to do with that. It is racism, and they made us look bad in front of all the world. And my proof is Australia. Before, Australia used to literally claw through a freaking wall to get with an attractive black man. I'm not exaggerating. Now you go out there, don't give whatever, hey. Or you just get rejected, or they make a racist statement at you. Do not go to Australia at all. Stay out, leave it alone, put an X on it, cross it out. They did a job on our image to make the women literally not be attracted about us anymore. So there's still some, like if you do go there, if you still want to do it, stay away from the East, go to Perth or Melbourne. The western part of Melbourne or Perth, you probably still may get a little extra points because you're an attractive black man. Keep that in mind. Attractive, tall, attractive black man. With all the attributes that I said about Germany, you go to those places with that, and I'm pretty sure you will be able to find someone attractive, and you'll but it's nothing like what it used to be. Those days are over. Stop doing that. You have to be fly. Physically, mentally, spiritually, and all around fly. Show up fly, have your mind right, speak well, learn something interesting to talk about to women. They've been taught, the gurus, the puas, what they used to back in the days. You know what I'm talking about, IP. Back in the days, the puas used to say that. Read a book about something really interesting, and then that'll be your thing. Don't let no other guys know about what you just learned about that you're going to be using on girls. Just read this interesting book about a really interesting topic, learn about it, and then strike up this conversation about it with women, and they will be in awe. That still works. Just do not tell anybody what you read and learned about, and use it as game. I just gave y'all something you should be paying me about $2,000 for, and that is a fact, and I'm not smiling.
You know what? How about I go over to Twitch, because I feel like James will say something in his mind, and we can swear a bit more, speak a bit more freely. So everyone, we're going to end the stream on YouTube in 2 minutes. Okay, so I'll pop just because obviously I think he's got a lot on his mind to say, and let's go over to Twitch just so he can speak a bit more freely there. So everyone, moving over to Twitch in 2 minutes. The Twitch link is in the chat. We're gonna crash out on there. Twitch. So brothers, James, Imani, get some water. We're gonna go on for we'll move on to Twitch in 2 minutes. Twitch crash out up next. Okay, so we're moving over to Twitch. So everyone, the Twitch link is in the chat. Get over to Twitch right now. Okay, we're gonna crash out on there on Twitch. All right. So also create your account on Twitch and follow me on Twitch as well. Just so you are updated as to what we're doing on Twitch and other platforms. Okay. So everyone, we're now moving over to Twitch, and here is the link in the live stream chat. Okay. Yeah, I've got 2 minutes. We're going to end the stream on all other platforms, and we're going to crash out there on Twitch. I've got a super chat here. Let me see. Shout out to Mr. Aaron Ishval for the support. What's your view on New Zealand, James? I'm looking for the best place to find Polynesian women. Great question. Fire away, James.
Yes, you do. Like every attractive New Zealand woman I've ever met, and I haven't met a lot. I've never been to New Zealand. I know it's close, but I've never been there. And I do know they've always showed interest in black men. They like us out there because when you have my features, I look like I can easily be related to a New Zealander. So light-skinned brothers out there, not saying light and dark-skinned brothers out there, do very well. But still, it's the same way. New Zealand women a lot of them been through a lot. Their lives are usually run pretty rough. So they appreciate someone who's nice and respectful to them. Man, they love that. Show your New Zealand woman a lot of respect, and she will show you how much she appreciates it. If you show like, you're one of those bad boys, she's going to be like, no, I've already been through that. I'm good. Bye. She's not going to do that.
Okay, everyone, we're dropping off of YouTube. We're moving over to Twitch. You know where you can find us. So here's a link in the live stream chat. We're now moving over to Twitch. Okay, if you wanna follow us on there, the link is in the live stream chat. We are now going over to Twitch. Okay, so let me just end the streams on all other platforms. We're going to be only streaming on Twitch. Crash out. I think James got on in his mind. E-Money too, me too as well in regards to Germany and the dating culture. So let me end the streams now, okay, on the other platform. So if you're on Facebook, I'm gonna end the stream on there. If you're on Rumble, I'm gonna end the stream on there right now. Rumble gang, head over to Twitch. If you are on Kick, I'm gonna end the stream on there on Kick. Okay. If you are on YouTube, okay, I will see you on Twitch. Okay.